All right. So for my project or history project, I did the golden age of aviation, 1919 through 1938 by Matt Fry. Okay, so what really is kind of sparking a lot, or it started in the 1920s, is national air racing. It's still going on today, and it's still pretty big, but it wasn't as big as it was back then. But yeah, the national air races started in this time of the aviation of the early 1920s, and it really got going throughout the following decades after World War II. So it was just getting started. Um, yeah. Among these races was the Thompson Trophy race. This race was named after two brothers that really promoted the air racing after the war. The brothers saw that closed course racing was really catching on. This is where all the planes race each other at the same time, to whereas before they had been racing timed racing, in which the planes would fly a set course and whoever had the fastest time won. So this is kind of more of a classic heads up kind of race. So you're racing against other people, and it's kind of more entertaining for the crowd. It's not just a guy flying around a whole bunch of cones and you're getting his time. But yeah, I think this is kind of cool. These races were extremely dangerous in nature, and there was a lot of pilots that actually died fighting for trophies and winning races. Um, as you always know, aviation is already dangerous to start with, and then you put people that want to win and want to be competitive on this kind of level, and it's pretty easy to um, accidents can happen. The races leading up to the 1929 depression were some of the best, people say, because it had a certain element of dangers that made it more exciting to watch. So coming up to that time, people didn't really have a whole lot of money, so they kind of would put their planes together. They would all be really custom and really different than everybody else's. What kind of thing? There wasn't really a set plane you would buy. It was like, this is a plane, I built this myself. The engine does this amount of horsepower and this kind of thing. And you just get really different planes, and it was pretty cool. But things started to, but yeah, that makes it more dangerous. So things started to subside as the country got closer to the war in 1939, as people shifted their efforts from fighting instead of racing. So they obviously, you don't want to focus on, you got to have kind of some honor in there. You got to fight for your country rather than trying to win races and get as fast as you can go. So people thought it's kind of a better idea probably to shift towards the war. Here you go. You can kind of see these are a few different pictures. The one on the left here, this is a national air race in Cleveland. Just kind of a cool banner, I thought. And then here's another air race when they first were getting going. Everybody, look how many people and how many planes are there. That's pretty crazy. And then the last one over here, that is actually in Reno, Nevada. That is the Reno air races, and they still go on today. They're really cool. They're pretty big, and there's still a lot of danger, but they're really cool because literally anything could really race in that. They have like jets all the way up to, or they have like regular small planes like a Cessna 152 kind of race, or that Lycoming engine. And then they have like all the way up to like jets and the unlimited class, where they have these multiple thousands of horsepower propeller engine planes going as fast as they can, which is pretty sweet. The next kind of segment, aviation explorers and record setters. There were many big names in aviation at the time. These are just a few that I thought were really cool, or ones that kind of stood out to me. So on the left is Charles Lindbergh. In the middle, you probably recognize her, Amelia Earhart. And then on the other right is Charles Kingsman Smith. All really, really kind of cool, have their own um, names for them.